Hi again. Here we are for Project 3 as a follow-up to this first part. So here we are. I created a series of random dots. I didn't want to think about them too much, except I wanted them to be perfect circles. I wanted them not to touch. And other than that, I just blew out some dots. They happen to be just in two sizes here. So within here, though, we have some designs. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to find these designs and save them into new files. So here we go. Rectangle marquee tool. I'm going to click down and get the rectangle marquee. And I'm holding down Shift as I click and drag again. And what that does is it creates a perfect square. That looks like a nice little design here, so I'm going to copy this, Control C. Guess what? See all these layers here? I have 17 layers, and that little error message said that in layer 10 there was nothing there, so I wasn't copying anything. I have to flatten all these layers down before I do this, so layer, flatten image, and this is true for any image editing program you might be using. So here we have it all into one background layer. Now when I copy, Control C or Edit Copy, and File New, and that shortcut is Control N for File New. It'll build a new document that's blank, exactly the size of what I just copied, and then Edit Paste or Control V. And it puts my design right in there. So I'm going to minimize that and move this, go back to this design now and move it to a new spot. Let's take a look at that. Okay, copy, Control C, Control N, OK, and it'll be exactly the same size, Control V. And actually I do want to flatten this layer in too. And there's a shortcut, as there is for everything, merge down, oops, Control E. So, and we'll minimize that. So go ahead and find yourself Control C, Control N, OK, Control V, Control E. As many separate interesting designs as you can find in here. Control C, Control N, OK, Control V, Control E. There's 4. How's that for bold? Oop. Control C, Control N, OK, Control V, and Control E. Flatten it. So find about 6 perhaps designs, and good, Control C, Control N, OK, Control V, and Control E. These are all exactly the same size to the pixel because I didn't have to reselect each time. I just moved this selector, this box around here with the box active, not using the move tool. And that's how I got to that. Control C, Control N, Control V. Okay, now next phase. Suppose I wanted to, Control E here, create a grid out of this now. I'm going to say, what size is this? And it's 2.75 by 72. Instead of inches, I can go percent, and I could make that 400%. So I can put 4 across and 4 down, and say OK to that. Oops, Control Z. Sorry. I'm going to select all first. Select all. Copy. Control C. That puts this in memory. Instead of image size, what I need is canvas size. And again, I'm going to do the same thing, percent. 400, 400, and I'm going to anchor this in the upper left hand side. Say OK to that, and then every time I spit out a new one of these, I can move it right into position. And my first move is going to be to fill up this whole frame with these guys here. Just line them up, pack them in here. 4 across, 4 down. Just like so. Keep it real simple, real clean. Don't get fancy on me right now. We're just doing a simple translation or a repeat pattern here. And I have a shortcut for saving some time even here, but since there's only 16 of them, no big deal. Just spit them out one by one. If I want to nudge that, I use the arrow key, and I can nudge that down just to close the gap here to tighten that up. Okay, and last step, layer, always flatten everything down. Okay, layer, flatten, and then file, save as. And very important, like every project we'll ever do, it's got to be named, know where you're putting it. So grid 1 and JPEG is the format. There are many formats you could choose, but choose JPEG because that's what PhotoThing takes. And hit save, and then you're all set. And that's it. See you in the next movie on Project 3. Project 4, actually. Take care.